Let's talk about the Christmas bonus from the president, 50% cut of interstate and local transport fares. What's your take? Does the federal government have public transport system that will implement all this?
We are not aware whether this thing is another scam. Possibly it might be a scam. It's just a way of the federal government to control with their audio program that we don't know whether it actually exists. If it is true, we expected the box owners and the transport owners to come out and issue a press statement in that regard, that actually that they have received a communique from the federal government in that respect. We've not had anything from the transport owners till date. So how effective, how do we, are we sure that such program will be implemented if it is not scam? You know, these guys, they know how to, capitalize on certain things, to just program Nigerians, program their mentality and their thinking, and cosmetically, rubbish the values, of what Nigerians think at this point in time. Where the ATM machines are dead, things are skyrocketing, the system is collapsing, and they just come up with that kind of program. People should not be trusted because we don't know the modalities, how those things will go to work. We don't know where to where it is being carried out. We don't know the particular spot. We don't know the transport system that are involved. So to me, I see it, as another audio program that we don't trust and we don't know how it is being implemented and how it's going to work.
He's working in conjunction with the NERCW.
That is not what I'm saying. NRCW, what do they mean by National Union of Road Transport Workers? That is not the issue. I am talking of, okay, is he restricting it to, Lagos alone?
NERCW is a national now.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is it because if we are talking about people that does not fly, you understand what I'm saying? National Union of Road Transport Workers does not have buses. What they have is all this kind of interstate, what they within the state and all that. We're talking of, luxurious bus owners, people who, carry up to, 100 passengers, 60 passengers, 70 passengers at a go. They are not converted. People who can move, like for instance, from Kano to Lagos, carrying passengers, people who are traveling for holiday. They are not consulted. These are the people we are looking at, not a national union that we don't know them. The only thing we know about them is that they stand on the road to collect money. You understand? Or when there is election, they know how to use them as touts. That's not the truth. So if the federal government feel that they are actually coming out to implement such program, which is currently, being doubted. A lot of people are doubting it because the real industry players in that regard have not been, I don't think
Have you confirmed that they have not been briefed?
Yes, because if they have association, and up till now we have not had anything from them in this regard. If federal government is actually in their if it is a genuine policy or program, they are supposed to carry such people along because these are major industry players in that regard. So if they are not coming out to say, okay, such program we are being carried along by the federal government, that is when we will begin to see, okay, I think in that regard it's a welcome development.
You made an allegation that it's a means of siphoning money.
Possibly, nothing is. What do you mean by 50%? You understand? It's possible.
How would they embezzle money
Of
in this
course now.
regard?
Of course now. Before you can withdraw from national treasury, we must bring out a program. We must come up with a program, a budget, a project, a program, a policy. That takes money before the Attorney General of the Federation can sign out that money. You can't just go and meet the Attorney General of the Federation, please, I need 100 billion. They will give you. You need to sit down and know how you come up, write up a project, present it in the name of the federal government. Then when the money comes, most of them think twice. That's what is happening in the bank today. You know, the bank are fighting the recapitalization because if I tell you what is going on in the commercial banks in Nigeria, you won't believe it. I'm telling you the gospel truth. These are as a result of corruption. As a result of corruption. You understand? So possibly at the end of the day, that money that was supposed to be budgeted to cushion the effect,
Yeah, the effect cushion. Yeah.
of the high cost of things within this festive period, automatically we end up in deposit accounts for years. And at the end of the day, most of them will use it to run microfinance or give it to their cronies to run one business or the other. That's how it works. That's why things are not working. Instead of building institutions, we are building individuals. That is why everything is like this in Nigeria. Until we get to the point whereby we begin to build institutions instead of building individuals. That is when we see, when policy like this comes from government, we see it running smoothly. The people will feel the impact. You understand what I'm saying? So, as it stands now, that thing, there's a lot of reservations about it. That transportation is the only thing Igbo man is leveraging on Christmas time. This Christmas yuletide season, the federal government under Yoruba, Hausa and Fulani are cutting away from billions of naira. No Igbo man is among them. And now they're interfering with Igbo man's business. Transportation is a business that Igbo man leverage on, especially during this yuletide season. They make their money. Tinubu asking them to cut 50%. See, let me tell you, I won Chisco, I won Ezewata, area motors, the young shall grow. God is good. They should never allow anybody, Tinubu or anybody Chetima to intimidate them. Next time, I don't believe in advancement promise. I believe on a promise that demonstrates now, a promise with immediate action. If anyone promise them, we will pay them. We should pay them. Let them start the payment before any day could be sealed. You don't believe government, federal government of Nigeria without sealing a deal with them. Sealing of this deal, I mean, is on conclusion, they put say payment alert, credit alert, direct. Tinubu can manipulate anybody. Federal government of Nigeria can give promises without what redemption. They have never redeemed an immediate promise. Rather, they will put it pending. As they put it under pending, the time lingers. It lingers and lingers forever. Tinubu government is an illegitimate government, so I don't see the reason why it should be interfering on Igbo man's business. That business entity, transporters, is owned by individuals. Individuals what? Federal government has no stake in Igbo man's business. They don't have stake. With those motorists, let me use the word, transporters. They don't have any stake there. They should allow them to do their normal business. Igbo man is the one to pay the money, not Yoruba man, not Sunday Igboho, not Chetima, not Buhari. They should allow these transportation agencies to ply the road. They pay their tax. They don't cut their percentage of transport fares they pay. How do you know? How could they come out to the right data that the 50% they are paying is the right data? The right data. Do you know how much they realize every Christmas? Federal government that doesn't believe in Igbo man, they have not seen Igbo man as nothing. Promising transport agencies in Nigeria 50% of transport fares, they are going to cut it. See, Christian, let me tell you, the transporters should remember that the government of the day is a joke, a thorough joke. They don't have any respect for Igbo man. These transporters should mind their business, turn their back, and frown at such promises, empty promises. People that are promising without redemption, people that have swallowed their pride, people that are making immediate apologies. That is failure to fulfill their promises. They are all prisoners of conscience. See, let me tell you, as the water, GIG, Young shall grow, and the rest of the transport agencies in Igbo land, they should mind their serious business and allow Tinubu and federal government to lie and lie until lies kill all of them.
Thank you very much. God bless.
Morning.
Let's talk about skepticism about the 50% cut in transportation to ease the high cost of transportation Christmas season. What's your take?
Our president don't do am o. Our president don't do am o. Our president don't do am o. This Christmas bullshit well well o. Our president. Listen, I think this is thoughtful of the president. I mean, it's on record. We all know that customarily and culturally, our Southeast brothers, they travel en masse to the village to celebrate the Christmas and New Year. Okay, and the president met with the organized transport, associations and companies, and he asked them, why is it that during the festive period you guys seem to always double the price of the transport fare? They said that whenever they go, they get passengers, but on their way back, they don't get passengers because nobody seems to be coming back to Lagos at that period. So they tend to come back home empty-handed. So this is the reason why they need to double their prices. So the president said, you know what? We will meet you halfway. So instead of you charging these customers for that empty buses that you return to Lagos, let me pay you that amount. So the normal price that has been paid all through the year is what the government wants to sustain. Let's say, for instance, on an ordinary day, if it costs from Bega to Onitsha, maybe it costs 20,000. During the festive period, these guys will increase to 40,000. So the government said that don't do that. I will pay you the additional 20,000. Let our citizens, our dear citizens, our dear brothers who are in the southeast, we love them. Yes, we understand. Okay, let them enjoy the ride over the second Niger bridge. Let them be happy, and we will be ready to bear the burden of that extra charges.
I think it's all over Nigeria, not just the southeast. It's all over Nigeria.
And there's also an additional good news for those who can fight the rail line, which is the train. That is even 100% free. For instance, now I want to go to my village in Ibadan. If I want to go to my village in Ibadan, it is totally free for me. From Lagos to Ibadan rail line, I think train costs around 6 to 7,000. So all I need to do is to book a ticket and I enjoy a free ride. I mean, this president is too much.
What about around the city, in and around the city?
In and around the city, we can agree that the bus transport network is not structured.
Is not structured.
The yellow buses are not structured. In terms of their money collection, in terms of their payment collection, they are not automated. So there's no way the government can monitor and can evaluate what they have paid. But of course, the government can still collaborate with the BRT. Don't be surprised, the BRT will also bring an additional, palliative probably for this festive period, especially on the lag ride and then the BRT and the train. Okay, don't forget we have been enjoying almost about 25% discount on the train and on the BRT buses. So this can be done because they are structured. But I don't think there's any other state in this country that has a well-structured bus mass transit. And this is a call. This is a call to all the governments and even the private entities. And as a matter of fact, to NURTW, that they should ensure that all the buses, their collection systems are systemized, because actually there's nothing wrong if our yellow buses, if they have a POS system. There's nothing actually wrong. Okay, but because people don't want to pay what is due as taxes, this is why they will not always want to adopt, this digitized way of doing business.
Allegation of embezzlement. Someone says an avenue for the federal government to embezzle money because whatever is going to be given to these transporters is going to come from the coffers of the state.
Listen, we do not expect people shouldn't say that.
Okay, I've always said it that we have suffered so much from government trust deficit. So sometimes some things are always true to be good, and nobody wants to believe it. This is government partnering with private entities. That money will be what paid to the private guys, and simply they will submit their invoice after every trip. Probably after a day, this is the number of trips we had. This is the number of commuters that actually patronized us because it is digitized. Listen, they chose these companies that have reputation. I don't think God is good will want to put his reputation on the line, because God is good is even looking way beyond the normal, people transportation. They are going into shipping, they are going into courier services and all that. So I mean, look at Chisco. I mean, and so many other. I think about 5 companies like that were engaged. So I think those companies are well structured and they are targeting our brothers who are going to Southeast. And I think they should appreciate that.
God bless you.
We have good news that 50% slashed on transportation in Nigeria
Yes.
from the current regime.
Uh,
What's your take? What's your take?
Normally, that is not Nigeria problem. That is not the major problem that Nigeria have.
That is going to help.
It's going to help. I say it's okay. It's a welcome development, but that is not what Nigeria is crying for. We are crying for light.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Look at everywhere in the whole city now. There's no light. No light. Everything cold. You see everybody that is traveling. That is not the major problem Nigeria has. But we thank him for doing such a thing. It's a welcome development. God will help him. God will promote him. God
Are
will
you going to
him.
blame the Tinubu regime for this low light increase in?
Who is to be blamed? He's the one to be blamed now. He's number one. Like in my family now. Home, everybody face me. That is how life is supposed to be. He's the president of the nation. Whatever we lack, we have to complain. It's not by fighting him. If Tinubu can spend 1 year in that power and the light did not light in Nigeria, he's not a member of Nadeco, which I think before. Yes, I trust Tinubu to any length. If there's no light in Nigeria in another 1 hour, another 6 months now, when Tinubu is completing 1 year in the power, light is supposed to stay. I trust him, yes. Light is supposed to be stable in the nation. I trust Tinubu. If anybody did not touch him or change his mind, yes, he's the one we trust. I voted for him. Many people voted for him.
What about the refinery?
Refinery is about to ready. December. Yes, yes. I saw them in my yes. I saw them when they are moving inside the place. They have concluded already.
So we are sure that
Yes, we are very sure. That one will
no disappointment.
no disappointment. They have finished it. I saw the engineer when I was looking at my TikTok the other time. They are saying good things.